Don't get too excited there, Marjo. Alright, here we go. That's so funny. Alright, you even have a hat on, don't you? That's funny. Hi. Welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hayoke Empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. And today I feel pretty okay. I was just laughing because my neighbor is out. My neighbor Betty, she's the walk-in lady. She's the lady that is all every time I see her forward. She has so much energy. I think she's Taurus, if I remember right, or Capricorn. I can't remember. She's got a lot of juice, so it's like a little hamster in a wheel. She's only the wheel's a city block. Anyway, I was like, hey, I'm like, did you ever watch Sim the Toolman Taylor? I said, because I came out and brought the cat out, and then the cat got spooked. I was listening to music, and the cat got spooked, and then realized she was cleaning up in this back corner of her backyard. And I was like, don't mind me, I just talk to myself on the interwebs about how I feel about things, and she's off on the other side now. I said, but nobody can see you. Your anonymity and privacy is, I said, and I'm like, are you wearing a hat? I'm like, you could be like, we're the female version of that Tim the Toolman, but I'm Marge the Age Ranger. I'm feeling all in my feels, in my history. This is my basic training t-shirt. That's 2000, back in 2000. I think I've worn it less. This is like the 4th time I've ever worn it. The back, I'm just going to do this. Show the back. It's all marketing. It's all marketing. It's all bells and whistles. It's all to generate money. All of it. It's all of it. That's what it's all about. Anyway, it's all merch. Buy the t-shirt. Give them 6 years of your life and an inch and a half of your height, and then you get these fancy t-shirts, and it has all the... I think my flight instructor got in trouble because I saw old pictures and he had 5 stripes, and when he was my basic training guy, he only had 4. Those basic those hot, anyway. I thought he was a good guy. He was all right. His uniform was tight. He taught me that if you're gonna frickin' show people what you're about, you better come with it. So I don't know what happened to most of these people. One of them, she just put on 6 stripes. Congratulations, whatever is like, I can't remember. I remember seeing her line number somewhere. Everybody's got their number. Master Sergeant Millie, she had a little excerpt that she used to do on Facebook about shit that her airmen would say. Because I would always say, it's amazing these fucking planes got off the ground. It's amazing those planes got off the ground. I got myself my overhead costs are low. I got myself a handy dandy AC unit today. I got Mom one that has just a little handheld. They're just battery operated for when I'm sitting out in the sun when she's keeping it cool in the backyard. I recommend it. It's like 14 bucks, 12 bucks. That's how I treat myself. I got this when I went in. This is one of my knickknacks, my trinkets that I collected. Look what I did in my life. I'm so important. Look what I got. With the seals and a lot of good it does me now. Doesn't do me any good now. Paperweight, thanks for playing. It says Community College of the Air Force, the commander. I better sit up straight when I'm reading on behalf of what the commander has to say. Community College of the Air Force, the commander, the Air University, by virtue of the authority vested by law. What's authority? What's law? Who's in charge and how they feel that day? That's what that really means translated. And on the recommendation of the college. Who's the college? does hereby confer on Margaret A. Hessick the degree. Might as well have gotten knighted. Where's my sword? Kung, we declare. We say so, goddammit. We got the swinging wieners to back it up. It's a swinging wiener club. Wanna be a baller, shot caller. But they didn't like me, so I got kicked out of the club. Well, no, I got honorable discharge and all that, but I just could never get a job anywhere now. Because, see, I read truth and lies and energy. People lie and energy doesn't. And there's no place for empath in a system that just likes to be veiled and shrouded in secrecy and perversion and all that shit. And that's why I could only stand to do 6 years to get this. And then I got another one, a Bachelor of Science degree, too, from another institution that vested in me the power deemed by them. It's just all bullshit. That one's in Business Information Systems, Bachelor of Science. Air University. Look at that. Lightning bolts. Lightning bolts. I got marksman too. I missed expert by 1. Yeah. Excellence in all I do. Now I go down and I get my toilet water to flush the toilet for me and Mom in the creek because the city of Salem, Oregon has terrible planners. It's funny how life works out like that. You try and work with people and then they just become unreasonable and they just don't listen, and they only have one solution, and their solutions aren't viable to such a diverse community, and now they're being busted out, man. Busted out. One day Katie's gonna have an exit. Bye, Katie. Bye, Katie. Bye, Katie. There's people that are better qualified than you to do things. See, the thing of it is she promised all old boys. She made all the police promises. $80 million new police station right downtown, smack in the middle of downtown Salem, Oregon. It started out as like 26, but then it's up over 80, and now it's probably over 100 and something, because they just, they gotta have the finest, because don't you know who they are? So they get all the, they get all the best tiles and the best oak for their desks, and because they're so important. It's because I promise if I do this, if I build you your cop shop, there's only 120 employees, so $100 million facility for like 120 employees is just right across the street, directly across the street from where families live in tents. It's a fucking smack in the face. It's a smack in the face, and all these bureaucrats, because Aries is in, I feel savage. I feel straight up fucking savage. And I know, and the thing is, I meditated an hour and a half today, because that's how I gotta ground my energy. And when I freaking do these talks, I stand here and I just took my shoes off, because I'm like, I need to be grounding. Why are my shoes not? I'm always reminding myself that you need to be grounding, And I come out here and I hang out with the cap, and the neighbor came out, talking to the yoga instructor over yonder. Don't mind me, just get my toilet water. Warning. It's so weird. I got a whole story as to why it happened. I have pictures. I have hundreds of pictures of this product. And now they've left it. They've abandoned it. They're supposed to come back and maintain all the weeds. It's quickly becoming a fire hazard because stuff is drying out. And I'll go ahead and address that myself. Maybe I'll send them a bill. Maybe I'll send them a bill for cleaning up their shit. I don't mind cleaning up. Just pay me for it. Because you sure want my money, What if they did that more in the community? How about apps like that? Civil apps of like send before-after pictures, like at the beginning. With your phone, you're actually mapping the coordinates of where you are, and you're picking up litter, doing your civic duty, cleaning up the community. 2 hours, boom, $50, PayPal, or email, or whatever, direct deposit from the city. Why don't they do that? Because these city employees drive around, dude. You can't find, it's like a game for me. Look for the fit city employee. Look for the one that hasn't fucking given up in life. Where are the people that haven't given up in life? Where are the people that fucking give a shit about themselves enough to put the fucking fork down and go out and walk around this fucking city block like Betty and me and whoever else who freaking stop not caring, you know, always trying to learn something, always trying to better myself, always, you know, where are those people? Where are they in real life? Because there's only, in the city limits in Salem, Oregon, there's only 167,000 population. In Oregon, there is only 7 million people. How many people you think are there's like 2 million of those, 3 million of those are kids. Then you got another million and a half that are, you know, so it's like they're finding out all these states are taking all people's money in taxes and they didn't do what they were supposed to do. And there's another explosion. This one was in freaking Russia. I started crying today. I was like, got flooded with emotion because I was like, Mom, I said for 3 years I've been seeing, you know, following the astrology and seeing all this stuff, and then now every time I turn on the news, like, I'm very selective. I don't click on links and look at pictures and watch videos and stuff like that too much. I do enough to get the energy to put myself in the space of understanding. Because the Heyoka, that's what I do. I'm empath. I feel what they feel, and people don't deserve to go through freaking traumatic things alone. So at least for the big stuff, I show some respect and stuff like that is the way I look at it. And a lot of the stuff that I've seen in my pictures of in my mind now, I'm seeing it in real life. And I've been talking about it for years too, so people can go back and watch my old shit, and I verify my own stuff, because all I do is listen to other astrology readers and their take on things with the splash of Heyoka and my understanding. And if people want to know who I am, go over check out Peace Dealer on his page and type in reading for Heyoka, and you could hear all about me and who I am as he sees me. I agree. I've known my chart since birth, because I've always known I'm just a spiritual being, and this is a life library, and I'm checking it out, and it's weird, and people are gross, and they're secretive, and it's all, people are puzzles, and at this point it's just all about figuring out what and who they really are. And it's all about vibration. High vibes, low vibes. High vibes, no vibes. I called this evening's talk Kinetic, Toasted Taquitos and Kinetic Energy, because there's so much potential. There's so many amps. Everything is amped up. It's the astrology. Everything is amped up. Mars is in Aries. Everybody's fired up, and they can't do all this shit that they want to do because somebody said so. And everybody feels like they're a fucking child. And like, you know, you walk in this, you know, if you walk into a restaurant and freaking old boys working, then the rules are like this. But if you walk in and old girls are running the show, then things are cool. And it's like, what do? You know, it's just all bullshit. Who's in charge and how they feel that way? Because when all these freaking assholes that were running the show that signed this shit, they all got out and then went into freaking, got their wires crossed, and then went in over to the civil sector with their swinging wieners and freaking stupid, idiotic bullshit ideas about stuff. Doing stuff like that just because that's how you've always done it. I think like national security is like a oxymoron. I had to support the freaking meatheads that did all that shit, man. All the freaking, oh, the egos. Oh, the egomaniacal. They just make me gayest. They just, and that's how you know about, see, I worked with all these dudes. I've always worked with men. I know how they fucking talk about their wives and how they talk about their daughters and how they talk. I know how they talk about women, and then you go out and hang out with them and party with them, and then you see how they act when they're drunk, and then it's just like, you know, it wasn't too long ago that freaking going into the military was an option different than alternative to jail. You know, it's the cream of the crop. Now they're finding all these like the trafficker. It's all connected. There's dirty people in every system. You just gotta weed out the shit, the perverts, the creep. They all wear the same clothes, drive the same cars. La 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 la. I feel like a fucking broken record. Like people, aren't they gonna start getting it? Read energy, people. I was listening to the astrology hub about only got like 10 minutes in, and she was like, and I guess Anne got sick. I don't know if she had the Rona or not, but it's like, it's, what's her face? The other one said something to the effect of, it's almost like the fear of it is worse than actually happening. I'm like, that's why they made it. They inject fear like a freaking vial of heroin into the vein of a junkie. That's what they did. They've done it every it's like clockwork. Look at the astrological it's like this stuff happens because the potential gets grander and greater, and we're in the height of Leo season. Everybody's on freaking fire. That's why there's so much explosion. People aren't accounting. The scientists aren't accounting. Like, they don't, they just do things like because it's pretty. There's electricity in everything. Everything has an energy field. Everything is electricity. Everything has potential. And so when the people get more negative, it creates more negative protons and all that shit into the atmosphere. And people are just pinging on negative vibes. Fucking literally. It's science. Then you do regular day, everyday tasks on top of that. Because everybody's fired up. Everybody's pissed. Everybody's shut in. They're mad. They're hot. They can't go camping. They can't go, they can't go to Europe. They can't go do all this. They can't do anything they want to do. And they don't have enough creativity to come up with. A lot of people are, but a lot of people are going to have a really hard time. Shit is going to hit the frickin' fan this whole next week. Explosions, because there's so much people have to calm themselves down. I made Mom taquitos. I put it on for 10. I always put it on the same setting because they're taquitos. They don't vary, The thing of it is, there is so much kinetic energy. I had an inkling. I had a gut feeling. Go back before, because I was going to put them in, come outside with the cat. And then when the ding was done, go, get them. And I had an inkling it hadn't dung. And I went inside and they about combusted. And if you feel the plug, the everything is hot. So a kid puts microwave in the popcorn in the microwave, hits the same button he always hits. All this extra energy, he walks away, goes, back, plays a video game, goes to the bathroom, does whatever, and the time pocket, it's always the same. But because there's so much potential and so much fiery energy, it's in the ground that goes through, is added to the electricity circuits. And then, like idiots in Oregon, make everything. That's why you have the real feel and the actual temperature, ambient temperature, is because they freaking put blacktop. That holds heat. Heat is extra energy. You're taxing your own systems, you fucking retards. And then when the things are gas, all you need is a little spark, and that could be a fucking some guy that has a freaking fight with his girlfriend. That could be enough of a spark, that he loses his shit, he hits her, boom. Haven't you ever seen those pictures of people that spontaneously combust and shit like that? Dude, people are figuring it out, or they're not gonna, but it's kind of fun to watch them kind of try and figure it out, but no, not really. Fuck you, Bill Nye. Fuck you. You're not even no science guy. I got more science education than you bitch. I never liked that guy. It pissed me off that guy wears bow ties too. See, that's what I want. A half acre and riding lawnmower. Put on my music. I'd be like, Patrick Dempsey before he ate the juice. I think he ate the juice a long time ago. He lost himself. Just living in ego. That's all that is. Ooh, white butterfly. I love working in a yard. It keeps me fit. Dude, Kathy, you dig astrology. It makes sense. I like both Vedic and Western too. I just listen to their talks while I'm like doing errands and shit around the house. Or if like I have a headache, I can just, some of them just have really cool voices and I can just, you listen to play. And now it's like, I mean, I know that's how, that's what's gonna, it's the first and it's the true science. That's what all these churches are covering up. They've been saying for years that it's bullshit. See, you have the light esoteric, you have the good Masonics, there's good and bad, and there's good people and bad, it's the person, it's the sum of all parts of, like when you have a group of Satanists, in the satanic church, that stuff exists. It's people, it's their own fault for not paying attention and for letting it get so big and gross. It's our fault for not being vigilant. We got to take some responsibility, and I got to take some response, because I know who the dirty birds are, and a lot of times I kept my, I say plenty of shit. Don't get me wrong. I'll straight up and like, dude, what do you do to kids? You like kids a little too, like I will bust them. I don't, what are they gonna say? No, I don't. I don't care if they think I'm crazy. I read energy. I know who these freaking creeps are, male and female. They're sick. They are sick. Sick. You don't fuck with kids, and you don't fuck with animals, and you don't fuck with elders. But there's a lot of elders that lost their way that are freaking have just gotten demented, man. People don't get it. People don't realize how twisted that when you lose your soul, what you can do. You first straight up eat other human beings. Things that I could not do. I used to say that I'd try anything once. That there's things. Nope. Won't frickin' do that. Because I meditate like an hour and a half a day kind of thing. So that is my transcendence. That is my direct connection to source. You don't need you don't need anything nothing that you can ingest matches connection with source. Nothing. I've done Alice, Purple Shield from the Grateful Dead. That was an 18-hour trip. I've hung out with the fun guy. I've done, you make tea out of mushrooms, put it on your round pizza or whatever. I like pizza, and I'm not going to let them fucking ruin it. I don't eat it a lot because it's, but I'm not going to let them fucking ruin round table pizza. Because they're creepy perverts. There's some stuff I'm not going to let, I'm going to hold on to my reminiscences of the good experience, especially like with artists that I used to love that have just, they're fallen angels. There by the grace of God go I. I can be a fallen angel too. I ain't here to judge. I'm here to recognize myself and other people and try and rise above that nasty vibe. Because I got it, I could be just as freaking mean and freaking evil and seedy and all that stuff as the next person. I want to stay nice. I just want to be nice. I don't want to be mad about anything. I was thinking about that today when I was walking through Walgreens when I was looking at these, because it is a friend of mine, her grandson's birthday. I hope he had a good day. He's turned 12, dude. This kid, he's so funny, man. I love these freaking young minds, man. These young spirits, man. I freaking love him. He was walking to the store. He comes back and he's like, he's Leo, right? He has big full hair, lots of hair, thick hair, and he has he has a Leo laugh, as Vicky Burley, the priestess, says that they have great laughs, and so I could tell people they're Leo by their big hair and their great laughs, boisterous belly laughs, like authentic, true. And he and he comes back from walking to the store with his mom, and he's like, I want a shirt that says it's my birthday, B word. Because he's calling you a cat. Like, dude, that kid cusses. I was cussing when I remember dropping the F-bomb when I was 5. Fuck! and then try not to do it in the wrong company, and then like losing my head. But you know, it's kids cuss. Just let them. It's just a word, for shit's sake. I don't know. Those control freaks, man. Just don't cuss around. It's just so. I mean, I get the. But sometimes you got potential. What are you gonna do with it? Then freaking drop a fucking f-bomb. It's better than punching somebody in the face. So I made him a kid-friendly version. It says it's my birthday, and then I made a B and then hyphened it with itch hyphen S. Itches. It's my birthday. I hope he liked it. I think he liked it. I don't know. Kids are weird. I mean, I think I just like making t-shirts and stuff like that. I got so many ideas for t-shirts. I Nama Your Stay. I sometimes I often wear them in other videos. My straight people like rainbows too. That one's embroidered. You know, I got I bully bullies. I like that one a lot. I like that one. I bully bullies because I do. It's like someone's gonna be a dick, and then it's like I talk shit. I'm like, so what are you gonna do? Hit me? You know? But now we're getting into a day and age that I gotta be ready to. Because you challenge people and they're gonna freaking take you up on it. So if you're gonna talk shit, you gotta be at least freaking willing to back up your shit, and that's what people are gonna find out. They're gonna get a punch in the nose. Lots of people are gonna get a punch in the nose. They're gonna freaking see stars. Because we're spirits having a human experience, so everybody gets to experience the same stuff, and fucking the world is violent, and there's too many of us that have had to experience and get our freaking eat our lumps, and there's other people that freaking do terrible shit and haven't nothing bad ever happened to them. So they're gonna get their karma. Human sacrifice isn't just like altar shit, man. It's like when you sign up, like Ben Vereen, his son just died. Just like, you know, he had a stroke, 55 years old. You know, it's just not teaching your kid how to live right and healthy, and then bad habits, and then, you know, heart disease, stroke, it's all related. It's just people not taking care of themselves, not trying, not staying fit, not putting decent food in their bodies, not, you know, moving around, not staying active, not staying limber, not. Dude, this is shit that, I mean, what, did they quit having PE altogether? Mrs. Menifee, she was like a. Mrs. Menifee, I always failed PE because I wouldn't dress out and take showers because I liked girls and it wasn't appropriate. So I always took the F. I've always been very chivalrous because I'm a woman and I want to be treated with respect, and I wouldn't want a frickin' somebody gawking at me, liking me, you know, because I'm like this. I am not fun to go to frickin' strip clubs with, but I've been to plenty of strip clubs because I'll go up and the night before I went to freaking live in Omaha, when I drove out the night before when I left Sacramento, I got 86 at some dance joint strip club in Sacramento for getting caught up in spirit and freaking getting up and dancing. I know you don't touch the girls, and there's nothing, I was just showing them what I can do too. And that I was shipping out the next day. I wasn't trying to, you know, those are all other people's wives, man. I am gonna find my wife. It's true. And I went to a few out in the Middle West and freaking corn fed. Oh my god. Juice bars. There's some. I have a special place in my heart for the pole dancers. I do. God, and I think it would be fun, but I had a bad lower back and I don't have a lot of upper body strength, so my legs are strong. I used to be able to, in high school and when I was at Nova, could bench press freaking all of the weight, 500 pounds. I'd just be like, put it on, don't tell me how much it is, and then I do it, and then I added it up. I could have blown out my butthole. I'm just talking to myself. How long have I been yammering? Half hour? Where's my... I got to go back and wrap up listening to Rick's talk and then finish the astrology hub. That's my assignment for the rest of the day. What else was I going to talk about? So mind your tempers, man. People don't get freaking all heated and pissed off this next week of all the fucking weeks. And if you got a propensity to drink, call a buddy. Call a buddy instead. Don't drink. People are dying. People are dying, and then they got these no vibes attachments to them, and then they're freaking getting the wrong ideas, and they think that nobody cares, and people care. Somebody always cares. Cause I care. So and people that are just, they're leaving the earth. They're walking off the earth, and we need people here, cause we got to build a new earth. And like I said, I got a bad back. You know, so people got to start stepping up, you know, and working together and stop tearing the shit down and stop making Babylon and start making heaven on earth, you know, just by cooperating, you know. And money shouldn't even be a matter anymore. Money, why do people still even talk about money? How come we're not all, you know? I mean, there's always so many better ways than what the bureaucrats are doing. The bureaucrats. They don't got no good ideas. Poli-sci ain't even a fucking real degree. It's a little bitch degree. It's like, what is that? Political science. That's a tell. My brother's a political science. That's the frat brats. They're all connected. They all know each other. They're all buddies. They all have weekend Tahoe trips, doing weird shit in the woods. No accountability, because don't you know who they are? Though I bet they're the same, doing the same kind of rituals cross over at the bay where the big owl lives. You know, it's all freaking ritualistic. Freaking weirdos get their wrong idea about how, you know, they can freaking harm things and take their essence to perpetuate and advance themselves in some kind of way. And it's all greed and chasing sensations, and more than 51% of the world is responsible for doing it. Otherwise it wouldn't have perpetuated the way that it has for the last how many years? Less than 250 years for this civilization to fall. Other civilizations at least lasted 500, but 1776 to now. That's like, because the spirit, you know, I'm not gonna get into they took my ancestors' land. I'm not gonna go into that. First, we gotta clean up the shit from 1776, from the idea, the letter of the law and the swinging wiener of the law. There's been a disconnect. Us prudes are gonna take over the earth, because you crazy sensation chasers you don't get to no more. Nope, you care too much about bells and whistles and reindeer games and shit. It ain't that kind of earth no more. The party has changed now. Now you're living on 5D, where people have freaking energetic abilities and freaking superpowers, and people read energy and will straight up say you're a freaking liar. Because everybody's doing it. Look at all the channels that are doing it. Their takes on things. Everybody's turning into a psychic investigator, you know. And some of us are pretty freaking accurate. Nobody's no 100%, but some of us are pretty accurate. I was 2 years old when I started saying people had bad eyes. Bad eyes. It was like one of my first words words. Bad eyes. Bad eyes. Bad eyes. And then I was listening to a talk today with Dolores Cannon that she put out, and the person that she interviewed, Pate, is the lady's not. I don't think it's Carol. I always want to say it's Carol, but I don't think it's Carol. But it was earlier today, August 11th, 2020, and she said that she'd only seen 2 people with black auras in her whole life, and she was like in her 70s, and it's in the eyes, and they were both heavy in the satanic church. And go listen to her talk. They do it. She's really good at articulating that. It's love is light, and you keep taking the love from people, the darkness gets to the point that it leaves a person entirely. That's what I call the no vibers. They don't vibrate at a frequency. They can act happy and play along like psychopaths and fit in, but they're all acting. That's why actors are so good at it, because something happened that they splintered. So they actually, like the real versatile ones, they're the ones that are pretty dark now, because sometimes they can slip into, drinking and stuff. They get in the wrong vibes. They get back, go into that thinking of a character. They think they're 20 years old or 18, a young buck again, and go out, or they just don't care, but they're being reminiscent. And that's why all these creepy old dudes are freaking doing kids and stuff, is because they're stuck in the vibe of the good old days in a very sick and twisted way. So people are figuring it out. It looks like the last president. It's still I'm still pulling for the last president being that being a a time traveling book. Yep. The astrology's already lining up that we ain't gonna know the day. It's the same placements as it was when Gore and Baby Bitch Bush were in contention. That was my era of my enlistment. Swinging